Welcome to Football Fun exclusive podcast. Bruce alongside Chris. This is a place where we find real fans with authentic views. Tonight, Chris, how you doing, Chris?
I'm good, dude. I'm
All
good.
right, good, good. Tonight we have a fan with us. I'm not sure which club he supports. Mr. Bedrock himself.
It's
Right,
a, it's a Manchester.
As Manchester. All right. Bedrock.
you know?
Good weekend. Massive upset on the weekend.
Oh yeah.
Sadly for me, we're kind of definitely on the City wagon. Kind of, Anyway, Spurs defeated City. But what happened after the game, though? A banter afterwards. Pep accused them of playing. No, Pep claimed that they were counter-attacking and they were clinical. Conte said no, they weren't. They weren't counter-attacking football. They weren't playing counter-attacking football. I think it's defensive football. That's my opinion. But what do you guys say? Was it counter-attacking football or not?
Well. If to go first, I definitely think any team that go to play against City, and many teams have kind of found out the hard way. You go and play against City open, you're gonna get punished. So of course, Spurs' approach to the game definitely was defensive because they were sitting in for long periods without the ball. And then when they did get the opportunities, they did counter-attack. And I think that is a normal part of the game. I don't think anybody should feel ashamed if that's your strategy or being called if that's your strategy because it's a part of the game. If you can soak up pressure long enough and you can pinch a counter on the team that's pushing high up the pitch and you can get a goal or two out of it.
So it's football.
Feel offended about, I mean? There's no reason to say that they weren't playing defensive football because of course it's a part of the game. You have to defend and you have to attack, right? So if the other team is making it challenging for you to kind of play free football and open, if you get to counter and score.
Yeah. So all right. So for me, it's very good that Bedrock is saying this because I agree with this, right? I agree, right? I don't think it's football is about strategy, about more about everything else, right? So if you know that City is going to, go through the lines if you open spaces and give it to them, then it's natural that you wouldn't open the lines and give spaces to City. It wouldn't be smart. You would be a stupid manager, right? I've seen many managers lose their job trying not to do that. And then Tottenham, Antonio Conte knows that he doesn't have the squad to even try to challenge City with opening lines and spaces, player for player. He doesn't have the squad. So, but what I noticed was, a plan that went really well for Tottenham in regards to every time Manchester City scored, Tottenham scored again. And even when they went in 1-1, when they came out, Tottenham was the aggressor until they scored. Tottenham was the aggressor. Yes. Until they scored the second goal, until Tottenham went 2-1, they were aggressive. They weren't sitting back as much. Until they went 2-1, then they started to absorb the pressure. So it was like a game plan. And when City scored again, they attacked them again and they scored again. Right? So it would seem as if he had analyzed Manchester City so much that he knew exactly how to score when they needed to score. And then they knew how to actually get back into their shape before Manchester City could get through their lines. So I wouldn't say it was defensive. I just say it was a well thought out plan, right? Okay. And when they're not there, you have more spaces to play, right? Even if you look at the third goal, right, and another goal that I think Harry Kane missed, right? Those two goals in the part, the keeper saved it. If you look at them, they're like a carbon copy. They went to the flank, came back inside the flank, through the channel, and then played the ball straight to the forward. It was like a carbon copy of each other. So we can't just say, it is basically counter-attacking football because if you have a direct road you walk in, at some point you're going to walk there faster. So I don't agree.
So the stats tell me that Pep was right. And forgive me if I'm biased, but the stats tell me that he was right. All right. So Spurs took 6 shots in the game. Pep said they were clinical. They took 6 shots. 5 were on target and they scored 3 goals. That's being clinical. Pep took 20 shots or 3 on target.
Yeah, but how much of these 20 shots were really shots?
They're shots.
No, you can't kick it ball. You can't kick the ball from half line.
All right, let's bear in mind that City doesn't play that center forward, right?
Right.
So
you cannot give City. Listen, stop. Don't give City a pass because they decide not to play the center forward.
Hold on. So City tend to play kick the shots inside the box. De Bruyne are probably the one who kick back, but predominantly, they get the ball right down to the box and kick the ball out of the box. Because in a center forward, so they're not going to pick up and pivot and turn and kick. No. They're attacking bundles. City had 70% of the ball, right? They took 11 corners or 3 corners. That tells me that one team were playing defensive and one team were playing attacking.
Let me ask you a question. Does Pep have full control at City?
Full control in terms of what?
A system and style of play.
Yes, he does.
Then what? If he decides not to play that forward, it's his fault. We can't
No,
give him a pass
I'm
for
not.
that.
No,
we cannot give him a pass for that.
I'm not blaming. No, Chris, you're the point. I'm not blaming for that forward. I'm saying because they play the forward, their shots tend to be inside the box, so they attack.
Yes,
they
so if you're not
down.
Yeah, but you're not hurting me. If you're kicking from outside the box, you're not hurting me because I have 2 banks of 4 behind the ball. You're really not hurting me, right? So a lot of these weren't really shots.
I can't.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of them, because if you cross the ball into the box and the keeper gets it, that's a shot.
No, that's not a shot.
If you cross the ball and it goes on target and the keeper gets it, it's a shot.
If it's on target, then fine. But I'm saying no, Chris, right? City, apart from Liverpool dropping 4 this week, City is the top scorer in the league this season, right? Cool. The goals are predominantly in the box. Mm-hmm. So when City taking 20 shots off your goal, that means the shots are within the area.
Not against Tottenham. Not against Tottenham. They were. Tottenham's box was packed with Tottenham players. But City was outside the box but Tottenham's box was packed. There was no space for them. So they were trying to get space. That's why they started to resort now to crossing the ball. And then they cut back and reversed the cross. But there was no space in the box for them to shoot, which is what Tottenham did well. They denied them space.
So Chris, when you sit back, Red and you deny space,
you're defending. You're defending. No, you're defending, not being defensive. So you're defending.
If you have the ball 21% of the time, 29% of the time in football, you're defending.
Or you're playing against a better team. You're defending.
But what I want to ask, what do you think was the intent of Pep's comment? Is it to kind of criticize
the style of play?
No.
Or the tactics?
No. Because use the word clinical mean that they were better in front of goal than they were. Klopp call this football negative football. I said that football. When you play against Atletico Madrid, he said they don't play football. No, this is called.
But why? Why says that? Why says that? Because I don't play like you. No, because I don't play like you.
He's saying because if both of us decide to do this, both of us decide to do this, right? Both of us decide to play defensive. We have a football game. So okay,
so let me ask you a question. Did Chelsea play against Atletico Madrid? 2 defensive teams. Did they play against Atletico Madrid?
Yes.
2 defensive teams played, and they played the game. So what I'm saying is these managers complain about teams like Atletico and Chelsea when they meet these teams because they are very good in defense. And they say they're defensive because they want you to play open so they can go through and score easily. That's not football. But you figure out how to break this team down.
Fine, I agree. But let's agree though that it is defensive football. Yeah, with a style. But
it's a defensive coach, but I think it was a strategic game because as Conte used to coach Chelsea, right? And he did the same thing against them, and he did double over them. Over Manchester City, without Pep, he did the same thing. He did it double over them, right?
Conte.
No, I'm just saying, he did the double over Manchester City. Over Manchester City.
Right.
At Chelsea, he did the double, and it was the same way he played.
Who was coaching the team City at that time?
It was Pep in his first season, and the second season he beat us 1-0. Right? He did the double. De Bruyne scored. Right? You can go check it. Right? But the first season before that, when we won the league, we did the double over them. And it was the same way he played, right? This is his style of play. No, this is his style of play. You praise Pep's style of play. Some people like the defensive guy. So the defensive guy won the league.
If you look at even Atletico Madrid, right? The Manchester United Champions League game yesterday. Atletico Madrid is a very aggressive team.
Yeah, they were. They play different style of football yesterday.
But they are going to kick you. They're going to push you. They're going to do everything to disrupt play. You turn. They're going to take a card, whatever, to disrupt your approach to the game.
They're the embodiment of the coach.
Philosophy. That's it.
Yeah, embodiment of the coach.
Right.
That's the embodiment of the coach.
Nothing wrong with it, Chris. Nothing is wrong with it. Wrong with the philosophy, But when Pep
No,
said,
Pep doesn't like it. Pep
no,
does not like teams that
so when
sit
Pep
back.
said-
Pep doesn't like it.
fine, no big
doesn't like
team. No. I mean, they don't like it. They don't like it.
So you should
play
break down
football.
the team. It's football. You
But,
break it
but
down.
the point is, when Pep said they were clinical and they play the counter, all of us can agree that yes, they play the counter. That's all I'm saying. No, that's the point. The question I asked: did they play the counter? And yes, they play the counter. Right? Would you agree that they
Yeah.
did? So,
They
stay on
play on
context.
the court.
But Bruce, I feel like him making that comment is almost suggesting that that's the only thing they did in the entire game.
No.
right?
I'm not saying
And so
that.
it's an unfair. I think it's an unfair
Very
aspect
unfair.
of a coach that came with a tactical plan or a tactical approach.
He played the poacher. He was just waiting for the prey.
Yeah, because you cannot. Everybody know if you go and try and match with a Tottenham team right now, where you have Son Kane, Kulusevski, you have Bentancur, kind of new to the league, gave the ball away a couple of times in the first half. Højbjerg, mostly a player that was sitting. Then you have Davies, and you have Diane.
You can't open the lines with these players.
The personnel in that team cannot play open.
You cannot open the
Fine,
lines with these players. You're going to get destroyed if you open the lines.
So
Fine,
you
let me-
Open
let me
these
give you-
lines and these spaces, you're going to get destroyed.
Fine. So what happened when they play against Burnley now? I mean,